in a Pazo, your Pazo. This building, for example, and all this land was built in the 16th century.
The first construction of this Pazo was in the 16th century. It was done by Alonso de Señorans, who was in the church. Along the centuries, all these houses have been remodeled. These stairs are from the 18th century, the church as well.
Many of these Pazos, as you were saying, were remodeled in the 18th century. They were built earlier but remodeled later, which means they have a mix of styles.
Most have a mix of styles. The most visual details are usually from the 18th century, as they experienced a successful time in terms of agriculture and they had the means to improve the payos.
Here lived the noble families of each parroquia.
Not exactly of each parroquia. In all parroquias, there are payos. There are parroquias with more than one payos. It depends on the wealth of each parroquia or town.
And they live here and they have their business here. And they make wine here. Indeed, wine was made in this Pazo. You have an old winery inside this house, right?
Yes. This is an area with a mild climate, very good for agriculture, for all kinds of products. Back then they had animals, cereal, wine and probably olive oil.
We have seen a dovecote, they also have boats, and even a chapel.
Yes, most payos have their own chapel. In this case, a pretty big one.
Let's go see it. We are in the chapel of the Pazo, a pretty large chapel.
Yes, a pretty large chapel for a single family. This is an illustration of the wealthy times of the 18th century.
Let's go now to see the old cellar and the stone lagar.
Perfect.
We're in the lagar, in the old winery of the Pazo. Indeed, this is a stone lagar with all the antique preparation tools.
Yes, a stone lagar, very old. They had merit to bring these granite stones here by hand. We're in the part of the winery where the grapes were pressed. This is the old press. These are the baskets where the grapes were brought in. They have this shape with a wide top to rest it on the head and to get more volume of grapes. First they put the grapes in this compartment, where they stomped on the grapes, and the must left through this channel. When they could not extract more juice with their feet, they transferred the grapes to this other compartment. They put woods on top until arriving to the heights of that big tree branch, and they turned this endless screw. As a result, this big stone is lifted and they could exert much more pressure on the grapes.
As the stone went down,
the stone goes up and the branch presses on the grapes. When it went all the way down, they repeated the process by adding more wood and raising the stone again. That was done until nothing was left to be extracted. It was a gentle way of extracting the juice, but also very efficient.
And a lot of work as well.
Lots of work, yes.